If I were Rodgers, I would probably be a little bit like the Nick Young gif where he's like with the question marks floating behind him, and then I'd probably be like, I want to leave. Sorry, what? You want to hear my thoughts on what the biggest moments from the first night of the NFL draft were? Yeah, no, I've got time. Let's do it. We had a pretty chalky draft. Not that much out of the ordinary happened, except for the fact that, we were all in our living rooms and the players were in their living rooms and the coaches were in their basements and nothing was normal at all. For the first time in my life, I was in the exact same place as the #1 draft pick on our parents' couch. So everything seemed pretty standard, like no huge surprises until, to me, the Packers drafted a quarterback. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with football, but Aaron Rodgers, they got to the NFC Championship last year. They got smoked by the 49ers, but they got there. You'd think, oh, I don't know, maybe they need some help, someone Rodgers could throw to. And instead, they took Jordan Love, quarterback out of Utah State. And it has shades of Rodgers' past because he was drafted to be the backup to the 36-year-old Brett Favre. Jordan Love was drafted. Aaron Rodgers is 35. Also, when Aaron Rodgers got drafted, he had a soul patch. That was his only facial hair. We don't talk about that enough. If I were Rodgers, I would probably be a little bit like the Nick Young gif where he's like with the question marks floating behind him. And then I'd probably be like, I want to leave. And as a Pats fan, I'm like, well, what if you came to New England, Aaron? Think about it. I'm just saying. It's really nice here in the winter. Obviously, I have to talk about the coaches and GM's houses. I felt like this was designed for me. I used to get really upset when our neighbors growing up would put curtains in their living room. I was like, I want to see what their houses look like. I got to see so many people's houses last night. Cliff Kingsbury, definitely bougiest, most bachelor patty. I mean, he looked like he was Laura Dern's rebound in the next season of Big Little Lies, and that's not a spoiler because you all knew she was better than her husband. Jerry Jones was also very bougie. I mean, anytime you draft a player from your $250 million boat, sorry, yacht. You can't call something that costs $250 million a boat. That's a floating palace, actually. He had all these white couches and his family was around, but not much else was going on. It looked sort of like a Bond villain situation or a space pod, but it was just his boat, yacht. Zach Taylor, the Bengals' first pick, coach looked like he was a manager of a car rental place. Like there was something going on with his basement where the camera was high up, so it looked like security cam footage. And he had a background, but it was not positioned correctly for the camera, so really kind of looked like he was waiting for you to walk on up and request an upgrade to an SUV. Mike Vrabel, coach of the Titans, he out-Titaned himself. I mean, he out-Vrabeled himself. He had his kids in the background. One of his sons was dressed up like a mix between, I don't know, he looked kind of like Joe Exotic from Tiger King. He had this weird mullet bleach situation. Another kid was dressed up as the Freeze. Another kid was sitting on a stool, but I think he was trying to look like he was sitting on a toilet. I don't know. It was extremely Vrabel from a man who we know likes to joke around. What else did we have? Oh, Bill Belichick sitting at his dining room table in Nantucket with, a painting of a ship on a porcelain plate on the bookshelves. This was Belichick's dream, I think. I mean, I read something somewhere saying that he was barefoot. He was in a sweatshirt. He only had 3 laptops set up in front of him, no monitors, no one else around. And Belichick's been social distancing since before it was cool. Like Belichick's management style could have been called for the past 20 years social distancing. So this was a man in his element, just, trading out of the first round as he is wont to do. Oh, Mike Zimmer was in a hunting cabin, but like, isn't Mike Zimmer always in a hunting cabin? Draft fashion's always a big thing. You hear the dog? Yeah, I'm at home. You know who else is at home? All the guys getting drafted. So it's not very surprising that a lot of them are wearing sweatshirts and athleisure because that's all anybody wears anymore, except a few of them were in suits. Henry Ruggs, however, really won the night, in my opinion, because he wore a bathrobe. And I'm sorry, if I'm gonna get drafted from my couch, I'm gonna wear a bathrobe too. No coaches have inquired yet, but I'm very fast. And my spiral is okay. My biggest takeaway is a little sappy, but it's that the emotion was still there. It was that dreams still came true. They're coming true. These young men who worked so hard and their families, to see their faces when they got drafted was as moving as ever. The night started out pretty tearjerkery when Peyton Manning voiced over a thank you to healthcare workers and everyone on the front lines battling this virus. I choked up. Usually it takes me till about pick 13 to cry, which also happened this year because Tristan Wirfs, who the Bucks took at 13, rolled out a red carpet in front of his house in Iowa for his mom to walk down. You know, it wasn't in Vegas this year, but if you can't go to the red carpet, bring the red carpet to you. And that's what happened for a lot of these guys last night, and it was just really, really wonderful to see.
For the best NFL coverage anywhere on the internet, follow NFL on Fox, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.